seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to ban.
I can't see the bans.
Radiant team's turn.
Oh, there
Dire
we go.
team's turn to ban. Dire
If this isn't Undying, I'm gonna be
team's
sus.
turn to pick. Radiant team's turn to pick.
Ooh.
Radiant. 10 seconds remaining. Dire team.
In the spirit.
Radiant team's turn to ban.
No way, dude. Maybe Undying's just not good. I don't know. I'm surprised it's none of these 4 heroes, and I'm surprised they don't pick anything to counter Enigma.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to ban. 5 seconds left. Don't freeze up.
Okay. Is this going to be Undying? I'm assuming, so this ban should set up your 15 pick, and probably also your second ban should be setting up your 15 pick, unless, like, I'm assuming they have, like, some penalties player that you don't want to see or something. And obviously you're banning Silencer because you don't want to have a Silencer in the game. Marcy 5 is pretty garbage, so you guys are just assuming they won't pick Rubik?
Radiant team's turn to pick.
Or else you guys don't care if they pick Rubik? Yeah, Undying. Because I think, if you were considering this 15 pick harder, you probably also ban an Ursa.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, so that's their support duo. And then Marcy is the only tomb hitter. But you really want 2 tomb hitters if you can help it. And so usually you need more than one person who can hit tombstone.
5 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
For the chief.
18 pick is pretty important. I should have done this before, like, I saw what you guys picked.
Radiant team's turn to ban. Dire team's turn to ban.
But you guys should basically use 18 pick to round out your draft. So with Death Prophet, they have better Roche taking abilities, they have better tower pushing you guys. Their top lane is fine, and you really don't want their top lane to be fine, so I'm assuming that's why you guys pick Nature's Prophet. It's just a good lane. Right now you guys have better team fight with Enigma and Undying, like way better team fight, so it doesn't matter they have better Roche because they can't fight at Roche. And then the other thing is catch. You guys have some catch with Tiny. If Tiny goes mid, and then it's a Drake catch. If Tiny goes 4, it's like some catch. But Tiny wants someone who could follow up with him. Right now you guys don't have anyone who could follow up. So that's another reason this is a good pick on Nature's Prophet, because you could follow up anywhere. But that should be like a bid consideration for your mid hero, is someone who could follow up with Tiny. Because Nature's Prophet doesn't want to most of the time.
10 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to ban. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick. 10 seconds left. Don't.
The whole enemy team is picked, and you got to think about what is their win condition. Their win condition is Morphling. It's just, he's one of those heroes that you just know it's a win condition. This hero that's gonna come on line eventually around like 20 minutes. It'll be like pretty unstoppable, and you guys don't really have anything to like shut it down right now because all your stuff is slow damage. And then they want to use Death Prophet to get its space, but typically Death Prophet doesn't like playing it like that when she's in a bad lane matchup. So you guys actually have a huge advantage because I imagine that Death Prophet's not going to get off to a good start. And you guys can just, pretty much your win condition is either like get Nature's Prophet super farmed, and then you also have like this black hole that you can play around late game and just black hole Morphling because they have nothing to stop you from doing that. And so your last pick should probably You don't really have to respect the Morphling, because they have no way to stop Enigma, so you actually don't have to respect Morphling at all. You should probably just get, just like some comfort pick. Like, your draft actually has, like, no issues. You are better at getting Roche, because you could fight around it. You're better late game, because they only have one late game hero. And then... next, you want some catch for Ember. That's, like, the only thing that this draft, like, wants more of, is more stuns. Yeah.
Choose your hero.
It's a good last pick for like multiple regions. One, it's a great tiny mid game because he can just go in, and then two, Tusk follows up with his tiny. Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
It's also like decent at, like hitting Roche, whereas you guys didn't have like great Roche hitters. See, typically how this game is gonna go, you guys should be able to. Oh, I can't draw on the map. You guys should be able to defend bottom tower, as for a really long time. That should be the goal, is to defend bottom tower. Defend this bottom tower. Top lane. This is more for the 4 player. As the 4, it's your job to pick which lane is going to win, which lane is going to draw, and which lane is going to lose. Top lane is probably going to lose. Like, I don't know how Enigma is supposed to out CS like the Morphling, like going into like 4, 5, 6 minutes. Mid lane's kind of just a wash. Like, they're both just going to farm. If you can, like, this is a big rune ganking lane because both heroes care about the runes a lot. The bottom lane needs to go well for you guys. This first DP ult should be defended, and it should be delayed as long as possible. So this is where you guys need to defend. Like, and then this is important for the 5 player and the carry player, because usually the carry player is the win condition, but you need to understand the win condition as a 5 player, because you are usually doing the least on the map, or like least in micro. And so you need to set the map up for your win condition. You should make sure when DP is getting like towards his level 6 to slow it down as much as you can. Like, work with your 4 player to make sure that happens. You could probably even like contest a rune here. Contesting a rune here at 6 minutes is probably the difference between this tower lasting till 9 minutes and lasting till 12 minutes. And then as like understanding that Enigma can just absolutely demolish this game, you should set this up to where either Enigma farms up here for a long time, or Enigma farms down here for a long time. But Enigma needs space this game, and Nature's Prophet will find space. Like, Nature's Prophet can figure it out. And so you as the 5 need to set the map up vision-wise for Enigma, and you as the 1 need to set the map up creep-wise for Enigma.
30 seconds to battle.
And I'm not a side lane player, so AR and Nair are both better at side laning than me, so I'm just going to look at mid. I played this matchup a million times from the Ember side, and like once or twice from the Tiny side. You're just slowly going to get ahead with tree grab. That's pretty much what will happen here. Wait a minute. So... yeah, that's fine. When he pops lane guard, make sure you're focusing on the creeps, not him. Like, you mostly did well. It sucks that this is under your tower, but there's kind of nothing you can do. Is it just pops lane guard? But, so in this lane, you don't want it to slingshot like this. You need to, like, creep aggro to try and get these creeps to not be in tower range. Yeah, like, this is, you really don't want this to happen. You will just get way better CS with your tree grab, but because the tower, it's like super. It's actually so hard for you when it shouldn't be hard at all.
Radiant's top tower.
There should be something you could have done about this, like right around here.
Let's get moving.
So block is fine. Keep blocking, keep blocking. You miss it, who cares? Pulling to your range here is not good. So what you want to happen here is this, you want to like even up the wave. You don't want him to have more creeps than you, so you should be hitting this creep. Like imagine right here. So look what Ember's doing. Ember's trying to make the wave die as quick as possible. He's hit the creeps twice already, 3 times, before you've hit him a single time. You haven't hit his creeps at all, and he's hit your creeps 5 times. That was, you hit 1 time, he hit 5 times. And so suddenly he has a massive creep advantage, and there's no way it should be this huge. And because it's this big, and then it's like slingshotting back and forth, I'm assuming on the next few waves you do the same thing, where you're like not focusing on creep equilibrium as much as you should. And this is a matchup dependent thing. Because you have tree grab and Ember can't really punish you, you want the lane to static right here. Realistically, you want it right here. You want it to static like right on your hill. But whenever it statics, it's actually on his hill. And it's because the way you're playing the creep equilibrium. Like Ember's just he's just outplaying you really hard right now. Another thing you should probably do here, aggro him and then run these creeps out this way. Like right here, you don't want this to be under your tower. So kill this creep as quick as possible, aggro Ember, and then pull this way, pull this way. But instead you're just like trying to right click with him. And then look, he even pulls and you keep him here. When he pulls, you should grab him and pull him. And because you're also not like keeping the creeps with you as you're zoning him, the creeps are dying back here because you're not aggroing him to pull them with you. Like you want to keep, this creep is dying, so hit Ember to keep it with you. Yeah.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom.
But usually this is actually like a binary. It's either you're the guy who wants it to go back and forth, or you're the guy who wants it to either want it to slingshot or you want it to static. And it'll like switch between like levels, and maybe level 2 you want it to static, level 3 you don't. But this is in every mid matchup. This is something you have to learn.
Double kill. Bottom tower needs some help. Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
So check in on the side lanes. I'm not seeing your player perspective, but usually around this point as a mid player, and I'm assuming 4 players do this too, you want to quickly check up on the other lanes. Click on like Morphling and Enigma. If you click on both of these heroes, you can see that they're both like kind of doing alright, which is to be expected. And then click on Nature's Prophet and DP. This lane needs to go well, so understanding they're also like doing pretty even. So if you have a choice to rotate somewhere, you'd want it to be here. And you'd even start to consider like looking for an opportunity to smoke with your Tusk player to go bottom. Or else like you walk and he TPs, like something like this. Like you want to set up for bottom right now because bottom is not going as well as you want it to.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Right here. This is probably where you should do it. Let's see what you're looking at.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Focus on Taz.
Got it.
Should really look at bottom right now. Really look at bottom. That's a good stack. Yeah, you could have looked at bottom and top during that. You just want to clear this as quick as possible. You don't want to be here. This is great because you have creep advantage. This is a goofy fight. Look, how did this happen? This is not a good play by them. Good punish. Good TP from Tusk. I was gonna say you want to look to like clear this wave and move to bottom with your Undying. And you could always just turn around and farm the stack. Like in that 10 seconds where the wave's not there, but they just like rotated supports mid and did an awful play, so that's great. You should be hitting these creeps. You don't want to be here. This is wasted time. Yeah. Okay, you realize they're just late. That's huge that the Morphling died there. Because this is a game that Morphling could probably end this game with like 2 deaths and he still loses. Nice punish, good rotation by Spoon. Good contest of the runes. But I have a huge problem that you haven't rotated a single time and it's 8 minutes into the game and you're just like trading farm with Ember, which it feels good for like 5 minutes, but once Ember has 3 points in Flame Guard, it feels like really bad. So like going back and blocking this wave just seems, like, this is good. So now you're hitting the wave. Kill this wave as quick as you can and get out. This has been like the goal for a while now. No, you haven't done it at all. So you should walk back and towards this lane. You could have been like right here. They make this rotation, so realistically, it probably would have happened. I think if you played this game flawlessly and you like rotated, I think you had a couple opportunities to rotate here. I'll go back and try to find each individual one. This ult doesn't happen if Tiny plays with this Tusk in this game. Trading towers is fine, but this is not what you guys wanted to happen. You'd much rather have Enigma rotate down and black hole this, and then just trade the ults and keep farming up on Enigma, and then like rotate up with your Nature's Prophet and do this rotate. You could do this exact rotation where you guys win a fight here, and then go top. Because if you guys ball into each other, and once they commit DP ult, they have to fight, and you guys can just hold the black hole and sit on a tower, and leave whenever you want. And then if they commit DP ult and don't get the tower, you still leave. But because you guys aren't like here for like to catch them, like they throw a ball and you guys are supposed to be here to catch it, and nobody's here. Literally no one's here. And they only have this opportunity because Tiny never rotated and everyone is like top. It just seems like there's like no emphasis put on this bottom lane when realistically DP shouldn't have a game and Nature's Prophet should absolutely demolish his game, which he is, but it seems like DP's getting more than she should.
Is under attack. Not much good's happening to Radiant. Radiant
like, trading is fine, but there's just no reason to give them this because they like aren't entitled to it. It's just this hero, once it pops ult, it is stuck. Like it has to push, otherwise it's going to lose all of its momentum. And you guys, if you pop your ult, will win the fight every time.
Middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
I'm assuming that you're gonna end up playing this game on like a binary, like as soon as you have blink, then you're gonna go super aggressive. But you can like do some rotations without blink. This is good. Wait, how did this go wrong? Because this looks like a really good play. Because you know they don't have DP ult, so and it doesn't really matter. You don't have black hole, they don't have DP ult because you guys are like you have a Tiny avalanche combo. Is this spell just that broken? Holy! This spell is just that broken, huh? She healed like 900, something like that.
Killing spree. Double kill.
I guess this hero just literally doesn't die.
Radiant's middle tower is Radiant.
So understanding how strong DP is now, which I would have died here too, to be honest. You just have to take this tower and leave because that spell is absolutely busted. This is opportunity right now. You guys can leave. You toss her in and get stuck. This is good. I feel like you guys could have done the same thing bottom, but you would have had black hole,
Chipped away.
and she would have been even weaker. Where she has the ult, and then she just runs away. This is a nice word by them. Check in on the game state. How is Enigma's game going? Enigma's game is going pretty good. Nutritious Prophet's game is going insanely well. You guys are playing for Orchid timing right now, and you have this blink timing, so you want to do something with this. I think morph kills are probably just unrealistic. This DP can and probably should die. In hindsight, I think we all could have guessed that there was no world where you guys were going to kill the morph there. AR he just solo kills the kill that actually like was important. Yeah, this is just like a misunderstanding of like how morph gets his timing. It's this guy. You guys gotta get this guy off the map. Running bottom, there's like nothing for you guys here. Especially because this guy doesn't even have his orchid yet, so even if you blink and go on him, he probably just lives anyways. Let's see if we adjust. We do. Now I understand like Yankees is not better than that. What happened here? See what happened? If you look at it in Nara's player perspective, he does not know where people are. He just TP's it. And so there's like a whole team right on top of him. When you're TPing to fights, this is just like a general rule. Just look around for a bit. Just look around. Like, have your hero perspective like this. Okay, now TP. Then if you TP right now, you're probably TPing like right here. Just give yourself like a 3-second buffer to assess the situation.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take beating on Dire's top. Where are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Dire's top tower has fallen.
It ends up being fun. Because DP is like the high value kill right now. We've got the Orchid.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Good start. Nice. And suddenly the game is very easy with that Ember kill. AR gets blink and it's pretty much just over. What is your roach timing? Probably you guys can do it right now. It seems like you guys can just do it. I'm assuming you're waiting for Kyler's item to come in. DPL was on cooldown for like 30 seconds when you guys have black hole. You see the DP. I'm assuming if we're waiting for this blink timing but to go Roche, like I super support it. But we need to take this Roche to clean up the rest of the map. And you guys will beat Morphling's timing if you do this. You guys are already beating it. Okay, you got the blink on AR. Now do we go for the plates? Yeah, I think so. If you guys go into this triangle, like sure you'll get kills, but nothing really happens. Where you guys have full vision and map control on this side of the map, Like, Morph has this wave all the way into here. So if every time you guys go bottom, they have so much information on what you're doing. Let's see if we look at their perspective. They should be able to see all this too. Yeah, they got a ward right here. It's a good kill. Like, it's not a bad play. It just seems like it doesn't advance your win condition at all. It actually just delays it. Because I'm assuming you don't want to go Roche now until you have Black Hole again. But if you start on Roche, they have to walk into your vision. And now you guys don't have spells, they're just going on you. And Morphling is going to hit his BKB timing now. Whereas before, like, he should have never been able to hit his BKB before you guys have an Aegis. Going back, the reason that you can know this, only seeing your perspective, is looking at like how the enemy team wins the game and how you guys win the game. You guys win the game, Enigma like will secure late game, so you don't have to respect Morphling, and Nature's Prophet will like naturally just be ahead. You have this tiny hero to play off of, and Enigma really is like your win condition, like late game. But Morphling isn't even online yet, so they can't really do anything. I feel like you guys know that Morphling isn't very strong. Because you're literally running into their triangle the second you get Enigma blink. So you guys knew how strong you were. You guys lost all your vision over here. You died like on a few heroes. And suddenly Roche feels like very far away. Alright, we're systematically taking it back. Now we're getting Roche. Okay. Keep in mind, it was so much easier to get Roche before. Because now this guy's got Black or BKB. And you guys don't have full vision of this whole jungle. It's the same play, and it's still super easy. You just should have done this sooner. It looked like you guys stomped this game. Just I only saw the stat line. I didn't look at the heroes or anything. So I'm assuming something starts going really well. But so far, this game is absolutely not a stomp.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I like defending your wards as Tiny. I don't like being here as Undying. I feel like you should be with your Enigma. And then Nature's Prophet is like ready to join anybody. So Enigma and Tusk are in a really good spot, and Undying just feels kind of lost right now. Whereas you guys are obviously going for this side of the map now that you have Roche. And Tiny is going to get like some random free pick off before he TP's down. Because Nature's Prophet will follow up to anything. Well. What can you do? Hey, ours is better.
Dire's bottom tower has shattered.
Now I can see why this game looks like a stomp. Let's see if you guys just like walk it down now.
Dire's bottom tower is Radiant's top tower is
Because there's no item that makes Morphling be able to not get black holes and die. Now they're fighting under your vision. This seems like an incredible fight. We dodge it because we have such incredible vision. We can do that. Really? What am I wrong here? I think I found out what went wrong. We got a case of Finnish camp-itis. Hold on, guys. I gotta finish the camp. Hold on. I'm almost done, guys. There's one more mud golem. Okay. Oh, you're dead. Don't hit creep caps. There's like no reason to do this. If you were standing mid and literally nothing happened, it would have been like more effective. Because this actually seems like a good go. Like, they're on your vision. Everything is... This fight looks pretty good right now. But, because right here, Tiny's walking this way. But, like, this is already, like, you know they're not over here. You see them on your vision. At this point in the game, you should just be playing with your Tusk. Like, playing up in their face, like you were before. Where is it? Like, right here. You just go back to doing this. Like, after this fight bottom, you should run your way back over here. Like, you're doing so much right now. But instead, you're hitting creep camps.
Radiant structures. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He's good. Just control Roche. They cannot fight you, Roche. Your guys' team fight is just so much better. Roche is up. Take Roche. Making the... This is a good setup. Undying is with the team this time. Tiny is still playing in the right position where, like, if anything happens over here, then he'll punish it. But what happens here? This is your team fight execution at this point. Anchoring to the tombstone, very good. Getting your second round of spells out of Tiny, huge. Yeah, this is cool. It seems like individually you guys know what to do. I don't know what the comms are like, but this is such a stark contrast from last time you had Aegis. It's not even that big. The difference here is Undying. Like, look where Undying goes.
Got it.
And Tiny is still in like great position to punish everything else that happens. Whereas before, like, Undying was with the Tiny for some reason. And then there's another time where Tiny is like not pressuring your, like, holding your guys' map control. Yeah, right there. Yeah, I'm assuming someone spoke up and said something, because that was actually just like perfect. And I feel like you guys could have done that at 3 different points in this game, and the first time you did it, and then the enemy team has actually no counterplay and they just lose. Morphin died. Game's over. Standout performers. AR, beast. Mistakes. You actually played this right most of the time, but you need to understand how important bottom lane is. And if you can't read it every game because you don't know all the hero matchups, ask Kyler, because he probably knows. And typically you're going to be playing with him. And then... Spoon only messes up once, but like... You gotta be with these two most of the time. Like, part of like setting the map up vision-wise for the Enigma is actually like putting wards around the Enigma, or like what he wants to do, you know, playing around him. And so you're either like tanking a gank for him or turning a gank into like a counter initiation. The Nera will just he will find farm. Like, he will just find it. That's what this hero does, and then he follows up anything Tiny does or anything these 3 catch. Like, first, like, 15 minutes of the game, generally like Tiny's gonna be playing with his Tusk doing stuff. But because you guys got off to like such like a great lead, and then Tiny can start playing by himself and just under the like your outskirts of vision, or like sitting on creep waves waiting for someone to farm him, just getting random kills with his Nature's Prophet. I'm just gonna like speedrun most of the draft.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team's turn to ban.
Seems like they learned their lesson.
10 seconds remaining.
They don't want to play the Undying,
10
but they don't want it to
seconds
be
remaining. 5
absolutely
seconds
broken,
remaining.
so
Dire team's turn to pick.
pick 2 heroes that can deal with it.
10 seconds remaining.
I think
5
they
seconds
I think
remaining.
they could have picked Ursa last round, and then they would have had like a much better game, because Morphling was he was not gonna play the same tempo as his DP.
Dire Crystal Maiden. Radiant team Dire ban. Team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to ban. 10 seconds 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team's turn to pick. 10 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left. Don't freeze up. 10 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. Dire team's turn to pick. 10 seconds.
Razor.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Okay. Looking at both teams' win conditions, Slaughter needs to have a good game for them. Like, if Slaughter does not own, they will just lose. Like, he's the only way that they could deal with his Pudge. So Slaughter needs to have a good game, and then they need to turn that into a Roche. Like, their game looks harder on paper, because your guys' win condition is obvious. It's just Pudge Isle will eventually be unkillable. And then Razor makes Slaughter's game incredibly hard.
Choose your hero. Prepare for battle. 30 seconds to battle.
Mid and hold hands with me?
This ain't no snowball fight.
That's the lane setup. Okay, so same thing as before. Which lane is gonna win? Which lane is gonna draw? And which lane is gonna lose? You guys need the Razor lane needs to win. Like, if you guys lose this lane, you have a problem. This lane, probably gonna draw or else lose. And this lane could really go either way. CM is just one of those heroes that is insane. This hero is an insane laner. So 4, you guys don't have a 4 that rotates, but you have a mid that should rotate. So if you sit in lane for 8 minutes, I'm very disappointed. Unless this lane is like owning without you, then you're probably fine. And you just want to like counter Lena's rotations. But if this lane is struggling at all, it's your job as the one hero that could rotate on your team to fix that. Because you really don't care about like losing this lane to Lena. I didn't watch how you played first wave. So in this matchup, you are the one who wants it to be slingshotting. So you should drag these under your tower and try to get the creeps killed as quick as possible. Keep dragging, keep dragging. You got creep advantage, try to turn this into like keep hitting his creeps.
You've been burned.
You're getting outplayed again, bro. So when he was the one who wanted it to slingshot, it was slingshotting. When he was the one who wanted it to static, it was staticking. And you'll notice like how much he's like keeping equilibrium, and you're like not even thinking about it. Okay, it pushes in. So he should be on mode either pressure you with this or try to like reset it. He's pulling it out of tower. Dude, he does this wave. He's supposed to hold it. This is good that he brings it in, but he could have just held that wave. This is fine. He's actually messing up really hard. He did it right like the first 2 waves, but I don't think he's doing it on purpose. Because now you have like a full wave. This is what you want the lane to look like. Where, sure, Lena's like hitting you, but he's like sacrificing CS to do it, and he still is pushing it under your tower by drawing aggro from you so much. You should pull this under tower. You should pull this under tower. This is bad. This is just not like he. Oh, this is good actually. The way you're playing it, you're not getting like hit by his stun. You're zoning that right. He's getting denies, but this is the only way you're getting anything out of this lane. Is what you just did. I was worried that you weren't gonna pull it under again. It's about that time again. Check on your side lanes. Is bottom doing well? Click on Pudge. Pudge is doing very well. Click on Clinks. Clinks is definitely seems like he's doing worse than Pudge. Click on top. This lane should win. There's like no way this lane should lose. Razor doing okay. Slaughter doing pretty good. But it's Razor IO. Like they'll eventually beat him. This lane's not losing, so that's fine.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower isn't going
Okay.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
I want to see your player perspective as you're walking base to make sure you're like checking on the sidelines.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
Click, click, click. Okay, there we go. That's not Pudge. What gives you... Clicking on CM does not tell you anything about bottom lane. You gotta click on Pudge. You're looking at it, you're thinking about TPing. This is correct. I was hoping that you'd think about TPing bottom. Yeah, you're walking mid, thinking about TPing bottom. They get a good start, so you do. Bonus kill, and then you just walk in mid. Check their bounties on the way. This is perfect. This is how you should have been playing last game. And it's great that you're playing it this way, this game. Because worst case scenario there, you walk mid and you're ready to TP bottom the whole time. They've got Marcy, you're just not going to get rune advantage. Because you never know if you're just randomly going to die to her.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bottom's going great, so you should consider, like, you can just play for yourself. Just, like, play for your blink timing, because everything's going so well right now. You have your blink at 10 minutes. You bring in a spell count with it, great. And work with your CM. Your CM will turn anybody on that team into a dead hero. Walking to CM, you find Slaughter, you're not really going to kill him, but you don't care because you have Catapult, you just take the tower. And this game's pretty over. You guys seem like you're just way better than this team. And Kaden is just playing way better this game than last game.